if he has this kind of attire on, right, he's at a disadvantage peripherally, would you agree?
Yeah.
Right, you can't see from the flank. So, example, flanking works well here. Flanking works also well if the person's got a motorcycle helmet. So I had a situation years ago with a courier, a motorcycle courier. To give me a fucking good ticking off. He had a big chain and padlock around his body, so he had a weapon on him, and he was falling, he was aggressive. I flanked him and I hit him, and he didn't see the shot. Back in them days, I used to punch. Don't flank and punch pressure. Don't do that. It's not fucking advisable. Flanking and palming a crash helmet works really, really well. Absolutely transmits the energy through the head, which creates lateral drift and the head bounces. I've got enough of the head bounce for him to go down and me to fuck off, but it fucked my hand, so don't do it. But this is nice and soft, so if you choose to punch, you can punch. What we're going to do from here, working from this position, is what we know. Just want to flank and repeatedly fucking hit the head. That's what we're going to do. Simple enough. Right? Another option from the front from here, using deception if I speak to him. I'm just going to go double slap, pull this over his head, kick him, right, put him down. That's all. Simple, right? We're going to cut. Alright, you're going to do two. You're going to flank, get an index, look at your target, you can't see you. Hit the head, hit the head, hit the head. So come on, from here, you're just going to slap and pull. From here, you can knee, you can spike, put him down, chav, jitsu. Alright, that's what it is. Let's just try those two. Can we get that far?
Yep.
Right. Giving you a concept, principle, and you see adaptations and people change it to fit them. So this is what I've seen. Both are good. Right? I've seen from this, instead of pulling and kicking, going from this to this. Good. Useful. I've seen instead of this, you did that. And then beat the head. Quality. Whatever works for you. Take the concept. Use this against him. Everybody done it? Yeah. Right, we're doing one more. Right. This works regardless if there's a hood or not. Right, so if there's a hood, you can use it. If there's not, we can start with the hood down. Right? Jumper will work. The jacket will work. The t-shirt will work. Right? From here, if you've ended up somehow at ECQ and you are compressed together, take this hand and feed it down the spine. From here, take this up so you get some kind of control on the garment that allows you to punch it into the nape of his neck. If you get the opportunity to pull this over the head, that's even better. Because now you're obscuring and you've got control. Understand? What you're going to work is the classic street hockey concept. So in ice hockey, what you'll notice, they wear helmets. Some are open face. Puck man doesn't have an open face. He has a structure in front of the head. But they're open face, which means the face is the only target. Plus, they're on skates, which means it's very fucking difficult to keep yourself up, so they need to hold on to each other. So what you see often in hockey is this. Boom, boom, boom. This is the classic ice hockey way of fighting, right? And it's brutal and it's fun and it's great, I love it, right? Adapting it for the street, in a tight garment might not work so well, but anything that gives me a handle to pull into the nape of his neck and get his head pulled, gives me a handle to now start striking him. If I start striking him, I'm lucky if I'm going to get in 1 or 2 shots before he covers. Yes? A lot of people, when they go mid-brain in fight, means they're no longer cognitive. So they can't make tactical decisions or change course. They will simply do what they're doing. in a pattern. So quite often you'll see somebody got one shot in, he's covered his face, and they're still doing this, and they're getting nowhere. Well, in combatives we learn how to branch very quickly. The intel that you're going to get that tells me his face isn't available as I'm punching his fucking head in is that I'm hitting solid bone from his arms now. So what I need to do is branch, change target. Best target on the body for a knockout is the brainstem, and he's giving me it. So from here I'll start here, and then I'll branch to here to put him down. See the deal? So we're going to work from here. I want you to work from this classic position, shut you down. First thing you need to understand, right? If he gets my shoulders past the plane of my hips, we're going to the ground. So the first thing you've got to get when his body clashes is base. As soon as you get base from here, reach down, grab a garment, pull it up to control the neck. From here, put in 1, 2, 3, then put it down. Get gone. Got it? Yeah. Show me this. If you get this structure, the natural inclination is men. It's to ball the fist and punch. But here, you're not getting the best target. He will drop his chin, so you're not getting chin. You might get nose, which isn't a knockout. You are punching forehead. It's not the best. Whereas if you open this hand, you've got impact and tissue trauma. So I've got flat hand that's less damaging to me, even if I hit something hard, this is a soft weapon. I'm putting this in the face, reliably with the fingers clawed, so I might get an eye. It's the best shot. If you find yourself in confrontation, you automatically tense up and do this, that's the tool you got. You Google real fights, people punch. They don't palm, they don't slap, they don't chin jab, they don't exhale, they punch. So if you are in this mid-brain state doing this, that's what you got. If you've got any presence of mind, open the hands, open. As soon as he covers here and then, wow, boom, you finish it. Got it? Yeah. But if you study combatives, you should learn how to use both sides equal. So combative striking is gross motor. It's a gross motor skill. For combatives and any other gross motor skill, I am equally efficient left and right. For fine motor skill, such as writing your signature, I can only do it left. If I try it right, it looks like a 2-year-old. Do you understand? But we're using gross motor skill here. But what you're doing, once you get to this position, when you're using this hand and he covers up, many of you are doing this and using this hand still, which is fine because you've got a handle and you've got a target. But it's useful if you learn from this how to do this as you flank. Because what's to stop him if I'm doing this and then do this ball forward, boom, and it just tackle me? Nothing. I want to get to the outside. So if I'm in this position here and I end up here with him and I get bam, bam, and he comes up now, boom, boom, bam, and he's going behind. And psychologically it's much more intimidating for him, and tactically it's better for me. Do you understand? Yeah. Now if his mate comes, he's the barrier. We've got off the ends. Yes? Yeah. Finish it up. The ideal setup is any kind of pad that you can get that offers this target and this target. Someone like head type targets, offer that. Right? Another is constructions we've made. We had some pads early days which had 2 straps and we could put back to back and onwards. And but we don't have that, so you have to improvise. What I want. You've got one though. So from here, I want you to understand that I'll use this next. Everything we do should be done with impact. So we have a training formula. 80% of our training formula is to hit things hard. Because the key to self-protection in a physical sense is learn to hit fucking hard first. Right? So 80% of what we do is hitting pads, shields, bags, bobs, people. Padded people usually, or people if they've just been dicks, right? Then we have 20% of our training formula left. 10% of that is partner crossover. What you just did was partner crossover. So you work with a partner who you are manhandling and you are getting manhandled. And you are finding proper target acquisition and what a head and face feels like, but you have to use control. Because excessive force is reciprocal. This is turn in a minute. You understand? But partner crossover is useful to get in the feel what it feels like, because pads feel alien. The final 10% of our training offers the best of both worlds. Partner integration with impact, but now you need good kit. So you need a good helmet, good groin guard, etc, etc, right? When you train this way, you've got the ultimate, because you've got a moving target that's non-compliant, that's trying to hit you, and you can hit him hard, depending on your kick. Does that make sense? 80% is impact training, because 80% what you do in the majority is what will come out. How you train is how you operate. So there's no such thing as muscle memory. You don't have memory cells in your muscles, right? There's neurological pathways. So what you in fact have is motor memory. So when you cultivate a skill via repetition and you cut it in, you are creating a neural response from your brain to the muscle to the stimuli. That's what you're doing. Motor memory, not muscle memory. So 80% of my motor memory wants to be focused on hitting things hard. Does that make sense? Now when shit and fan meet in the street and it all goes tits up and I can't think, I will do what I do in the majority. And I learned this lesson very early. So when I started at 11 years old, potting around in my pyjamas up until the age of 16, one of the first street altercations I had involved me punching a guy and then kicking the other guy in the groin. And I was totally accurate, totally fast. But all I did was like that. I pulled it, touch contact. Why? Because my training had triggered my motor memory to touch contact. Because in Shotokan, if you fucking draw blood, you get disqualified in competition. Until I went to Kyokushinkai, where people actually fucking hit people. And then I went to boxing, and then I went to Thai, and etc, right? So impact is important. So although you've just done that skill with your partner, you've only drilled it touching. Which means if that's the only way you drill it, then if you use it, that's all you do. Does that make sense? So I want you to develop this configuration. Right? First he's going to do this, yes, and I am going to hit this target. He would normally cover the line, but what he'll do instead is he'll give me a different target which replicates his covered the line. Does that make sense? So from here I'm just going to work. You're using the same hand or changing hand? You understand?